Welcome to Duke's United show, and it's the match reaction for Manchester United versus Omonia yesterday, last night. We got the win, but just got the win. Unbelievable to just about get there. I was actually losing hope for a minute there, but look, I was trying to get on the show last night, but couldn't get the job done. So I decided I got to make sure I do something this morning. So yeah, what a game it was, man. It was a game of so much good play, so many positives coming out of that game. But in the end, obviously we win the game. But man, I'm just sitting there thinking, we wasted so many chances. It was unbelievable. But the good side is we created so many chances. It was unbelievable. So Ten Hag's way of playing, his style, it's coming. It's coming. And it's looking good. So I'm very happy with that side of things. Yeah, what I like to do is go through, let's recap on actually what happened in the game. And then we'll talk about the ratings as we always do. So when you look at the first half, what happened? United were in full control. Let me just move over here. United were in full control in the first 25 minutes. We thought, okay, my prediction's going to come true here. Going to be 4-0 maybe. Rashford is on it, just like I felt he was on it against Everton. He's looking very lively and he's working the keeper. He's the only one working the keeper, but it's just a little bit lack of quality there for him to work the keeper properly, if you get what I mean. The keeper saved 3 savable chances, although it did look good. And then Casemiro hits the bar with that long shot. It's in the middle of the goal. Keeper should be saving that anyway, but again, it's hit the bar. So we're piling on the pressure. And then what happens is we're so in control that we kind of lose focus a little bit. Lindelof gets turned for pace by Bruno, is it? It was Bruno down the line. He paced him down the line. And then the guy's open in the box. And I could not believe he didn't give the ball to him. He would have been raging. Same with the manager. He would have been absolutely raging that he didn't pass that ball across for them to be ahead at Old Trafford. But anyway, I was just like, phew, we didn't let that in. And then, yeah, so they get down the left and they should have scored. Dalot was making a bit of mistakes. Martinez not being his usual self, giving balls away in a type of, the balls that break the lines. Just kind of balls that were never on, he was doing. And then Fred misses the open header from a great ball in from Anthony. The Omonia keeper's on fire, pretty much doing what he's supposed to do, but he's saving it all. And then United sloppy at the end of the half. So yeah, by the end of the half, I'm looking at it going, we'll win this game. We'll get more chances second half. It's just a matter of time before we get that goal and we go and kill them. And then we will get our 4 in the second half. But lo and behold, same old stuff as the first half. It was ridiculous. So let's quickly have a look at the second half. Anthony straight away gets his shot. He doesn't get enough on it and doesn't curl it right in the corner. Rashford, his rebound gets saved straight after. So the keeper does great to actually get back up and save it. But again, Rashford should not be hitting that, scuffing that into the floor and the keeper saving it. It should be non-savable shots. Fred gets through and he passes it back to the keeper pretty much. Ronaldo tries to get the rebound. Casemiro ball for Rashford for the one-on-one. And then Rashford's through and he doesn't open out his body. I was actually teaching that with my son's team this week about opening out your body and making sure you've got the option of both sides going bottom right or bottom near post. And I was thinking, Rashi, man, you should have come on my training session, man. But yeah, normally he would finish that, but he didn't open out his body. And then Shaw and Sancho come on. And Sancho has got a spring in his step. He has a spring in his step. So I love what I saw from Sancho and Shaw. Shaw was overlapping. He's back to the guy that we all need to see. Reason why he's back to the guy we all need to see is because Malacia is here now. And he knows it's a proper competition for him. So now he's pulling his finger out and playing very good football. So I love that from Shaw. And I love the fact that when I saw Sancho come on the field, he had intent to beat his man, intent to do something rather than take the easy option. I love that from him. And then it paid off because in the end, he's the one who forces the shot that falls to McTominay and McTominay finishes it. And when he was coming on, I was actually thinking, you know what? If the ball falls to him, I actually fancy him to score because he did used to be a striker when he was in the youth ranks. And we do know he has got a shot on him. So it was good for him to come on, especially the fact that he's not going to be able to play against Newcastle as well. And it's just fitting for him to score the last minute. I was just thinking, please, man, please let it be us to actually get a goal back and win this game, because how embarrassing would it be to have 30 plus shots, no goals, and then not even have a chance of really qualifying straight away in the Europa? It's not possible. It shouldn't have been possible. But even now, it's still going to be a hard task. We need to go to Real Sociedad and go and beat them in their own backyard like they did to us. Once we do that, then we deserve the right to go straight through. If we don't, we're going to have to get one of the big teams that drop out the Champions League, and we know what will happen then. It's going to be very tough, and then we're probably going to lose it. But let's get on to the player ratings, because looking at it, it was a little bit of a hard one to talk about in terms of how do you give people good ratings, although they didn't really do, they played well, but then, if you get what I mean, they played well, but didn't really do what they should do. But anyway, let's get into it. Have your comments, say whatever you want to say on them. I'll read them out as well. But we're going to start with David De Gea. For me, David De Gea played very well. He played well again with his feet. He did whatever he needed to do. And I think, he definitely, he got a 7 for me. He got a 7. There's nothing wrong with his game. He came out and swept things up when he needed to. And that time when he got in a bit of trouble, what did he do? He passed it back to Dalot. Dalot played it right back to him, put him in trouble again, and then he played it across to the other side. So he got himself out of trouble, and that was pretty good, to be fair. Let me try and get on your shoulder, David. You okay there? Wait a minute. You okay there, Dav? Right, all good. Yeah, just don't worry about me. So, yeah. Then we move on to Dalot. Dalot, mate, you weren't that good today. Yesterday. You wasn't so good. But again, you're working hard, you're trying, but you're just a bit off the pace. So I'm going to give you a 6. You're going to get a 6 for that one. Too many misplaced balls again. Wrong decision making, really, and not really giving the ball to. I'm watching and you looking at Anthony, and you're not giving it to Anthony straight away. I don't know why. Just give it to him quickly so he can do bits, and then overlap him or underlap, whatever you've been told to do. Go and do it so you can provide options for him to go and do what he wants, because that's what will bring out the best in his game, as well as you just cutting out those mistakes, and you'll be better next week. I'm quite sure of it. The only problem is we don't have a right back. I expect probably Malacia to take your place on Saturday, maybe. On Sunday, sorry, not Saturday. That'll be in training, won't it? So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking Shaw and Malacia might play left back and right back for this game, because you've been looking a little bit off the pace. You maybe too many games in too many days is killing you. So maybe need a little bit of a rest and then move on. Now, on to Lindelof. I think, again, he's one of them players, like I said, he's always usually like a 7 out of 10 player, unless he gets a player who's against him and he gets quite a few one-on-ones with players who have some sort of ability, some sort of extra ability. And I think, like, if you think about it, he played against Bruno down the line, this Bruno guy for them, and he paced him down the line, and I was like, don't really want to see this. But look, it happens. He played well other than that. I think he played pretty well other than that. So I'm going to give him a 6. Tell me what your thoughts are, guys. Hi, what's happening, David Wrighty? If that's Wrighty, who I used to play with, good to see you, mate. It might be another David Wright, I don't know. But let me know if it's you. So Lindelof didn't have the greatest of games, didn't look the strongest in those times when it really mattered, but he did look obviously calm and collected on the ball, as he always does. So yeah, Lindelof, you're getting a 6 for me today. Then we move on to Martinez. I think Martinez, when it comes to Martinez, his defensive work was pretty on point, but the other side of his work, I felt normally what you're used to seeing from him on the ball, he normally is a bit better than that. But he was a bit off the pace for me. Again, he's a bit off the pace with his passing, but I still liked him. So I'm going to give him a 6. He deserves a 6 today, I think. So let's take a look at who's next. Then you had Malacia, who came in, wasn't it? Malacia, he did well. King Eric, good morning. I don't know whether I should put these faces up, and me being on the side here is looking any good, but let's keep it going anyway. Let me see if I can get to the other side. Can I get to the other side? Yeah, I'll get to the other side. Yeah, so Malacia, I think he did okay. The thing is, when we have so many chances, he kept the ball. He made the right decisions quite a lot, and I don't think he did really bad. I just think you need to overlap a little bit more, and would have been okay. Our shooting was terrible. Bozarayal says that's exactly what I just said just a minute ago. Shooting should have been a lot better, but it wasn't. Malacia, I'm going to give him a 7. He did everything well that he should do. Didn't really overlap as much as I said, but his link-up play was good. His decision-making was good. Defended well. Did what he needed to do, really. Not really anything special, but not anything bad. So I'm going to give him a 7. So let's move on to the next. Casemiro finished where he left off in the last game against Everton, but even better this time today. Yeah, controlled the game, did everything he needed to do, hits the bar as well, plays a lovely long ball through to Rashford, who should have scored for the one-on-one in the second half. He broke up play, kept the ball well, didn't really get caught on the ball this time. I think he did really well. I think he had a really good game. He was close to being... I think he's probably going to be... He probably was a man of the match. I'm going to put him with another, who I'm going to talk about shortly after. But yeah, I think... Casemiro, you're doing yourself justice there. You're saying exactly what you do, exactly what you say on the tin. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna give you. Let's see what I gave you. Casemiro gets a 7 as well. Nothing more than 7s today. Nobody got more than 7s. Although we did play some of our best football in terms of chance creation, it was ridiculous. But I'll talk about that afterwards because you lot can't see my face properly. We couldn't finish a sentence last night. Damn, Garth, we couldn't finish anything. Jump on the show, Garth, if you're here. Jump on if you want. I didn't know you was about, but if you're about, jump on the show. Anyone else wants to jump on as well, let me know in the comments. We've got Fred as well. So Fred was next, and I'm giving him a 6, mate. I don't want to put his haircut on the screen, but we might as well. Don't know what he's playing at with this haircut, with the front facing dreads, but look, keep doing what you're doing, Fred. You run around, you worked hard, but again, you're just short of that extra little bit of quality that we need in there. I remember you turned in the middle of the pitch right into the players without knowing that they're there. That's your position, mate. So you need to know what's around you and handle that. So yeah, so for that side of things, there's a little bit of a problem. But yeah, he did okay other than that. He got himself in a shooting position where he should have done a lot better. Just smack the ball as hard as you can there. If you don't have the ability to just slot it, just smack it hard as you can on target. Would have been fine. But anyway, Fred gets a 6. Let's move swiftly through. So here's another player who did. He played. Bruno Fernandez. He did well for me. I think with his captaincy, he's starting to look more reliable on the ball. I know he's not doing as much in terms of attacking output, like assists and goals at the moment. But I'm liking the fact that he's not giving the ball away as much. Like I've made a statement just recently about him, obviously not being so tight on the ball, but he's looking a lot better. So I'm giving him a 7. He gets a 7. Then you got Anthony. I felt Anthony done quite well. Benny says Scotty was Tahiti. I don't explain what that means to me. I don't know what you mean. But Anthony, I felt he was trying to do more going forward this time. He got a little bit more joy with it. But the good thing is he had one good shot and he had one cross on a sixpence, which Fred should have scored from. So if Fred would have scored from that, Anthony again would have been everyone would have been saying, yeah, again, he's amazing. He scored. He's done this. He's never going to be on fire for the whole 90 minutes. We know that. So, yeah, I think he done very well. He done okay. So, a 7. I do want to see more output from him throughout the 90 minutes as well, especially against a team like this. But we need to get to giving him the ball a lot earlier for him to then move in to give him options after that for him to get involved. Now, obviously, Ronaldo gets his goal. But before Ronaldo, we have this man, Rashford, who's was flying. He was absolutely flying. He played so well. apart from the goals. Everything but the goals. Everything. He was getting at everyone, picking up the ball, running at everyone, cutting in, megging people, trying to play with others. Yes, great win for the boys, the real Harry Maguire says. Definitely was. So, yeah, Rashford, I think he played his best game again. Like, I was so encouraged by the signs that I saw against Everton. But yesterday, that shows he is back to being the type of player we want to see on the pitch. That's a load of positives from yesterday. He now needs to finish, which we know he can do. Obviously, in terms of being clinical finisher like a Van Persie, like a Nistelrooy, he hasn't got that in him, being that potent as a finisher. But look, I'll back him to score next time he has this amount of chances. There's no way he should let this amount of chances come his way and he shouldn't score. Yeah, Rashford wanted it last night. He definitely did. Exhibit says cheers. So yeah, he wanted it, but now he's back to his playing best. And I think it might have something to do with Benny McCarthy, maybe telling him how he needs to play, how he needs to be linking up. I'm sure he must have been working with him in the final third, how to get back to your best playing ways. And he's definitely back to the way he should be, being on the front foot, making defenders work, making defenders foul him. He was doing everything you needed to do, apart from the goals. Come on. When you have that many amount of chances, you know what? I'm not even going to talk. I'm going to wait till these people are off the front of the screen so I can talk afterwards. Next up, Cristiano Ronaldo. Very quiet game. When he got on the ball, he linked it up well, tried to get in the box, but again, there wasn't really much coming his way. The ball fell for Fred in the box instead of Cristiano. The ball fell for other players in the box instead of Cristiano. It just wasn't Cristiano's time yesterday. But look, if he had the chances, I would have definitely backed him to bag. Garth says, Rashi looking dangerous again, mate. Just need to see some numbers rack up now. Steve K says, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Yes, admin team. Love it, love it, love it. So, yeah, that was good. So let's move on from Cristiano. Shaw comes on and he plays very well. He comes on and he's got a bee in his bonnet once again. We know what this guy's about, though. We know once he's got someone behind him, he'll play 8s and 9s every week. It's just unfortunate that that's what it takes, but it's also fortunate that he's actually able to produce it and is producing it now. So hopefully, with that kind of stuff behind him, he knows if he takes his foot off the pedal, he's out of here. He's back on the bench. So I love the fact that we've got a way of getting the best out of Shaw. And like I said, I like Shaw. I've always liked Shaw when he plays at his best and at full 100%. You now can see he's sprinting. He's actually sprinting. He's not jogging. He's not doing 3/4 pace runs that you do in pre-season and within yourself. He is sprinting to get there forward and to get back. Love it from this guy. Exhibit says it has to be McTominay to score. A good gift because next match he's not playing. Accumulated yellow cards. Cristiano link up and pass is really good, but Anthony and Rashford waste many passes from him. Exactly what I said there. Keris Martin says Shaw starts against Newcastle, that's for sure. Malacia looks tired. I felt he did okay. I felt he did all right. Obviously it's not as impactful as when Shaw came on. It made a little bit of a difference, that's for sure. Trust me, against Newcastle, Shaw will play. Sancho left, Anthony right, and Rashford up front. I would go with that because that is what you need in that game. If Sancho plays like he played in that last 10 minutes, whatever it was, that's the Sancho we all want to see. And he knows because he's outside the team now, he's now going to go, you know what? I need to get back to my old self. I need to get running at players and doing what I do best. Otherwise, I won't be playing. And that's what we need in this team. Competition for places. Where just the other day we was like, Rashford should sit on the bench and these players should play. Now Rashford should start, Sancho should be on the bench. But if Sancho's going to play like that, then Sancho should play. And if Martial comes back, then Martial should play. There'll be great options to have all of these players now with Anthony and Sancho added to that mix. It's so much better now for us. So let's get Shaw off the screen and let's get Sancho on. So Sancho, I don't know if I gave Shaw a score, but I gave him a 7. And also Sancho, for doing what he did, he got a 7 as well. And the last but not least, Ericsson as well came on, played a 7, and so did McTominay, came on, play the 7 for his goal, of course, getting his goal. But we've got this man here that we're not forgetting, because he's making decisions. He's making the right decisions for us. He's doing the job. This guy, I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. Steve K, first of all, says can't be tired. And Garth again, what does he say? I think Malacia had a great start, but it's tailed off a little. Give him some time. We've seen how good he can be. Of course, he's not letting us down anyway with any performances. He only made one mistake, which happens. But yeah, so yeah, that's fine. And Jackson Pollock says, we so missed Martial last night. I don't know why it's not letting me press. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I think if he get any of them chances, he's such a clinical finisher that he will finish. He's not like some of the other boys. But again, if Cristiano had a chance, he would have finished. But he didn't really get a proper chance. Do you agree with me about this? Can we give the Planet Buster Shoot Master title to Bruno? What do you mean? Explain that to me. Can we give the? Am I getting a bit? Am I a bit right now, or is that not been explained well enough for me to understand what you mean? Can we give the Planet Buster Shoot Master title to Bruno? What, the one who shoots too much and he just bangs the ball and boots it in the sky? Who did that? Who banged it to the top row? I think it was McTominay, wasn't it? But yeah, Eric Ten Hag, for me, he did very well, and he gets an 8. Eric Ten Hag gets an 8. Reason being is because he made the right decisions at the right time. He did what he needed to do. His shot, he hit the sky 5 times. Yeah, you know what he's like. He does miss chances, but you know what he's like when he does score. So we don't mind him shooting and missing chances. Don't mind that. Don't mind him trying to find people, and then most of the time, he has the most assists. That's fine. Like I said, it's the other side keeping the ball, and he's doing that now. So we know the other side will come. As long as that both are there, that'll be amazing from him. So you've got nothing to really moan about keeping the ball, about making assists, about making goals, scoring goals. He'll be fine. I'm telling you, at the end of the season, it will all pan out that he does get over 10, 15, 10 goals, I'd say, at the moment, the way it's looking. Let's be honest, we are far off City and the Arse. Oh, City and the Arsenal. We're definitely far off them too. We are. We are playing a lot better football. Casemiro has come in and made us look a little bit different in midfield. But attack-wise, like I say, everything's coming together, if you get what I mean. Like, there's one game where we didn't keep the ball and control the game so much, but then won the game. There was the Arsenal game where we're kind of under the cosh, but then we looked more dangerous on the attack. We defended very well, compact. Then there's the Everton game where it was kind of end-to-end. We did control the game, and we had good chances, and it should have been 3-1. And now this game, total domination, but no goals. But then didn't look as dominant defensively. So I do want to see Varane come back in the central defensive, central at the back. I think he's ready because he was on the bench, obviously, the other day. I'm sure he was on the bench yesterday as well. So I want to see him back for the Newcastle game, because we got a job on our hands on Sunday. We got a job on our hands. Newcastle are no joke. They bagged 3 against City, playing their football. We bagged 3, yeah, but after they chilled, after being 6 up. So they have got ability to smash people. They have got ability to counter-attack like mad with the pace they've got around the pitch. So we need to be on it on Sunday, and we need our players to be on it as well. So it's whoever shoots the best. In that game, whoever finishes their chances most will win, because there will be chances galore from both sides. I think Newcastle are not the greatest defensively, and if we're playing anything like we've been doing of late, we're going to concede chances against Newcastle. So we've got to be better with our finishing to win. Exhibit says it's okay to shoot if our forward press so hard, but last night, instead of passing to a player with better position, he chose to shoot. You know what? Who was it that did that? I remember Bruno popped it off to Rashford and he scored, and he didn't score. That was a good one where it moved across and then across again. But there was a chance where Bruno should have played to Cristiano. I think that was the one you're talking about, Exhibit. He should have played it to Cristiano and he didn't. And it was an open chance for him. I just thought, why did you not give it to him? I don't know who it was. Maybe it wasn't Bruno, but it was someone. Have to remember, Arteta took 3 seasons to get Arsenal where they are now. Ten Hag has been here 13 games. Barry Saunders, totally get you there. And again, we've made very astute additions to this club now. And we've seen a quick change in a short space of time. But at the same time, we do need to give him time to get to grips with this all. And little bits will come. We will have bad days, but I think we'll have more good than bad. I think this season, I don't think we'll get third because I don't think we'll have it all together consistently enough to make it there. I do see City winning it, and I do see Arsenal coming second. The way they're playing, I can't see Liverpool catching up after so many points away now. You just can't. And unless there's a big injury for Arsenal, they'll be second. I can't see how they won't be second unless there's a long-term injury with one of their major players like Jesus or a Martinelli. I know you can probably get someone else in like a Smith Rowe for Martinelli, so it won't hurt so much. But I think Jesus out for quite a while, that might be a problem. Says everything about our forwards that we needed McTominay to save us. It happens in some games, but it shouldn't happen to us often. I remember this happening far too much last year when Rangnick came in. We started playing good football, creating great chances, but not scoring. That was annoying when we lost to Middlesbrough in the Cup. And we lost some other games when we were battering teams, playing some good stuff. Just couldn't get the ball over the line. So I hope it's not going to happen from last year. Exhibit, there are 4 chances excluded pass to Rashford, 2 for Ronaldo, 1 to Fred, and 1 Anthony. Wow. It's ridiculous. Hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you like what you see. And if you want more content coming every day. We will have a bit more coming. But look, we do have something coming up. So let's just tell you about what's up and coming now. We remember, let's see, 1 second, we've got another comment in here. 3 points, job done. Yeah, we won. We got the job done in the end. So, you know what? We just move on to the next one now. But the next one is a big one. But before that, today, 6 p.m. to 7 o'clock, it is Duke's United Show Weekly, where we talk about all of the main topics for the week. So, yeah, make sure you're in for that, or you watch it when you get a chance. And then it's the big one on Sunday. We will have the preview for that on Saturday around 6 p.m. Me and Garth will probably be doing that one. And 6 p.m., 2 p.m. Sunday is the big one. And I ain't probably going to be able to watch it because my son's game clashes exactly the same time. And I got to be there. I'm going to have to bring my iPad and watch that game. Because I don't know. Will I feel bad watching my son, not watching my son play, but watching Man United? Or should I just record it and just watch it later when I get back? I don't know. I'm fighting myself. But I've got to watch my son, don't I? I do. It's not fair, is it? He's bagged goals as well. He's got 3 goals in 3 games, had 2 goals disallowed last game as well. Not happy. His goal was not offside. I've watched it back on VAR. They've got VO, hasn't it? So VEO. And he was not offside, so he is raging as well. But anyway, guys, that's enough said on today's one. We will catch you at 6. If you're free, make sure you're on. Make sure you're watching. Make sure you share with others as well. Make sure you let them know about us, what we're doing. But until then, peace out.